up like that. There we go. Hello, everybody. Gamers DMZ back this Thursday, February 2nd, 2023. So I am Jazzy Moto, and we got Mega Elixir, followed by OG Double M.
How you doing, people?
And then we got Mr. Sir Rich.
Yep, y'all.
And then we have the host with the most, Mr. The One.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. How's everyone doing?
Doing
All
good
right.
So
today.
let's.
Why you sound like Vincent Price right there? That's all I was laughing
Who are you referring to?
at.
You talking to me?
You.
Oh, I didn't think I sounded like said person, but okay. So let's start off with what has everyone been playing this week? Let's start off with Mega. What have you been playing this week?
Okay, so I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise, um, God of War 2, and I started playing Danganronpa 3 on the Switch. And yeah, that's actually about it.
What
Eh,
did you beat?
Nothing.
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 I thought you were supposed to beat something this week.
I know. Yep, and I know what you're referring to. God of War 2. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, OG?
Man, I ain't beat nothing. But all of you all then sucked me back into Monster Hunter.
Yay.
And I just been farming and grinding and getting my armors up, getting my weapons up.
I
Ah,
ain't
I'm
seen you. Where you been at?
I have not. You
Yes.
know, stop the press. There's nothing new.
I
We
could have used your
already
help yesterday.
I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
the most the most hidden gamer there is. He
no,
hides
no.
24/7.
I've been playing it on PC.
You can cross platform, play cross platform. You
Mega
know
been
that.
testifying to this.
He
Okay,
ain't
we
seen
okay,
was
you
okay.
online though.
we were grinding together. He sent
Oh, so you
jazz notifications. He sent
he,
Oh
he
yeah,
ain't
I
send
did
me
get.
one.
I
I got
see it.
Megas.
notifications.
I got
My
Megas, but I
notifications
was
is
streaming.
busted.
Sorry.
But why are you hiding? That's the point.
I'm not
There are
hiding.
no. I'm talking to you. Are hiding. If I can't see you online, you hide.
Why are you hiding
Anybody
Do
on
you
hiding?
have?
vacation?
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Do you have bill collectors on your gamer list? On for your
Nope.
friends list?
Ain't
Then
no
why you
bill
hide?
collectors after me.
He
So
said,
why you
well, all right, Mr. Bill paid up.
why you hiding, sir? I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Ain't nobody. I'm on PC. Y'all don't see me. I don't know why.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I saw you before because most people I see on PC. But anyway, what about you, Lady Jazz? What have you been playing?
I've been playing crap ton of Monster Hunter. Oh yeah, and I finally started the Resident Evil 2 remake on Xbox.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it. I
Mm-mm.
love it. Yeah, cause or no, I'm sorry. Let me take my words back. I started Resident Evil 3 remake. Resident Evil 2 I was playing on my PS4. Resident Evil 3
Okay,
remake I waited a long time because I heard a lot of iffy things and that was one of my favorites. But I'm liking it so far. I'm just getting my achievements.
I like it. I like it.
It's
Yeah.
good.
I got to get on
It's
too.
good.
I ain't played it at all. And I was trying to get through God of War first before I touched it. And it's happened.
Yeah, I'm still kind of in the beginning, but yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I ain't
two,
finished
because
though.
two is
I
my
didn't finish
favorite.
it.
Two is my favorite. Can you imagine your first day being like Leon's? No,
Nope.
you can't.
Nope.
Like this is my first day of work and all this happened. I don't know what to do. Oh, why is he trying to
You
bite
can't.
me? But
First thing
whatever.
you see is a dude get ate, and then you take your shotgun and go to work.
Mr.
What
Kendo.
did you beat, Lady Jazz?
What did I be?
Nothing.
Nothing. I was trying to beat Yakuza, and then I just got the urge. I fell down a YouTube tunnel watching Resident Evil lore, because that's still one of my all-time favorite franchises. And I was like, you know what? I'm playing Resident Evil, so I got sidetracked. That's what happened.
What you, Surge?
Well, I played Minecraft.
That too.
The monster
Yeah, y'all
hunter.
played that.
I
You guys
forgot
did
that.
play that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. She sucked me into a world and I had to get away from her
Oh
pre-made
yeah,
fabrication.
I had some Microsoft points and I got a mansion. The only time I ever bought anything on Minecraft like that. But yeah,
Hey, stay your points.
yeah,
Sucking
yeah,
you
yeah.
You earned it.
Sucking you in.
Finally beat the God of War on my stream last night. That was a
Everyone,
taste of
everyone,
victory.
everyone give him some credit because he beat it on the God of War level.
Hey,
How many times you
Those
died?
small little air horns.
hey, anybody who saw me playing was like, I don't see how you playing it on this mode. I would have been
Well, many props to you on beating God of War on God of War mode. And is there anything else you've been playing?
Uh, not that I can think of. I think Call of Duty. I played some Call of Duty. No, yeah, that was it.
That was it?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Let me see. What have I played? So I played Battlefield 2042, Persona 4, GoldenEye. I
Oh, I
played
played that
Agent.
too. Yeah, I forgot
Uh,
about that. I knew I was forgetting something. I
hey,
definitely
you
played
did play.
GoldenEye.
Yeah, I played GoldenEye. It's
Oh
pretty good for an
yeah,
old.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. I'm flashing back to
My
the
stream
old school.
crashed.
I played Age of Empires and on the Xbox. I played
Hmm.
Unpacking, The Walking Dead, the final season. I played Injustice 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just doing that because it's beginning of the month, and what does that mean?
But no achievements.
New achievements and new quests. So you get
Points.
200. You get 250 points if you win 10 matches in Injustice 2.
Oh, let me dust my hands off. I ain't
Yes,
played. Let me get my
so
red hood back. Let me
I
get my
always
swamp
go.
thing back. Let me
Yeah,
get
I went back and
let me
played
get that.
that. And then on a PS5, I played Ghostwire Tokyo. And amazingly, I think the game's going to be fun, but that's a trial. So I wait till it comes to the Xbox for free.
Yeah.
And those are the games that I played. I didn't really beat anything, but I am replaying The Walking Dead over again on the Xbox because I beat it on the PC. But I want my 1,000 points on the Xbox, so I'm playing the final season over again. You like that double? Double? Did he drop?
I don't know.
He's
No,
invisible again.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna have 600,000 points for Black History Month.
I
Ain't that
said
right?
it to you. Yeah, I'm gonna do as best I can, and wish I do it well for Black
Oh,
History
that
Month,
means
huh?
I need to play some Mafia 3 then.
I need to finish
Oh yeah.
Mafia 3. Man.
Okay, but I didn't really beat anything because I like to focus in the beginning of the month on those quest challenges so I can knock them all out. And I just got to they got the 2,000 point one, and all I got to do is play one game, get an achievement, and guess what game is in there? Uh, what's the game just came out 2 months ago? I forget the name of it. Requiem. What's it called? Jazz Requiem. Double. You played it.
A Plague Tale?
Plague's Tale.
Plague Tale,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah,
Plague.
I
Plague's
haven't
Tale.
played
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you played it. So I'll go get that achievement so I can get to 2,000 points. You get 30 days to do that. So let's get to these topics.
Still ain't finished
So
that.
that's the goodness of Game Pass. You got so many games, you don't have an opportunity to finish them, but
Mm-mm.
you get inundated. That's why you got to stay focused. You have to stay focused.
It's hard though. So many games.
So little
Hey,
time.
you
No,
see, I stay focused, but I minimize my play on other games. But I do it just enough so I don't get tired of the main game I'm playing. It's a fine balance. Just got to find it.
okay. Okay, so I'm going to hit this topic. It's an ongoing topic, but I don't want to. This to. It's going to be a quick topic, more or less, because I just want to say some basics of what's going on. I know you guys have heard of it, but still dealing with this ABK Microsoft acquisition, and the EU supposedly this week sent their concerns to Microsoft. The CMA is going to do it next week. Um, Sony has asked for an extension because they've been subpoenaed to testify with the FTC. I think they have to the 15th. New Zealand postponed. Australia postponed. Japan has yet to rule. What is your guys' thoughts on one, all of this, the coming together, and the other entities being New Zealand, Australia, postponing their um, decision until April or May when the EU makes their decision. Double. What's your thoughts on that?
Um, I don't know why they stalling. I mean, ultimately, I don't think it's gonna go through.
Okay,
I don't. And I don't know. Are they trying to wear them down? I mean, that's what it seems like.
I agree.
that's what that's what Lena Khan is doing, wearing them down, trying to take it to their own internal court.
Yeah, I'm leaning
Okay,
towards that way.
okay. What about you, Lady Jazz?
I agree. I just think they're trying to stall it. Do I think it's gonna go through? I'm on the fence, but a large part of me says yes. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Mega,
Uh,
Mega.
yeah, yeah. I can
Your
hear
thoughts?
you. I feel like at this point, it feels like the only way it can go through is if a miracle happened. But then again, how many times has that happened in like the business, industry, you know? So,
Surge.
yeah.
Okay. What about you, Surge?
I just don't like how they worded this. Why is this bold print? Like, look, the third largest. Like, what is the intention? Well, I don't know. But like you were saying, big tech, big America. They seem to not want big American tech to do
Okay.
excuse me, anything well. And they pulling all the stops on this one. This is interesting.
Here's I am going to give my quick opinion because it's going to be quick, but kind of quick, but not as quick. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. Here are my concerns. One, I'm going to start with the New Zealand. New Zealand is not that big of a country. Not that they're their own entity. I thought these regulators were supposed to deal with their own consumers in said country where they reside. If that is the case, why are you worried about what the FTC is doing? Why is the FTC colluding with the EU? Or why is the FTC calling the EU to see what they're saying? The consumers in the US are not the consumers in Great Britain or the consumers in EU. So why is it a concern based off of what this regulator says? Because if we look at it that way, then we're looking at EU. Let's say for privacy, GDPR, it applies to them. How data is transacted in the European Union. We have different privacy laws in the United States. I'm making an example. Our privacy laws are different than the European privacy laws. So they have GDPR. Each state here more or less has privacy laws or rules, whatever you want to call them. Let's call them laws. California has a different privacy law for consumers. The reason why I'm saying that, okay, you had Chile, you had Brazil, Saudi Arabia. Those are the only three countries thus far that have made a decision that have made a decision and published their decision. And to me, they've hit it the nail on the head as to the reason why they approved it. You have the EU talking with, or the FTC talking to the EU, trying to find out what they're going to do. And then New Zealand decides to postpone it. You are one country. You are no bigger. I don't think they're bigger than Chile. You're definitely not big as Brazil, but it takes you this much time when they're an Asian country and they have something, or PlayStation and Nintendo rule the Asian markets. Australia rule the Asian markets. Japan has not made a decision yet. How could Call of Duty or anything in that world, Microsoft Activision, impact anything in Japan when Microsoft, if they have 10% of the market? How could this acquisition change anything greatly? Because they're not even a speck in, for lack of a better term, in Japan. But the Japanese regulators have not said one word. If everyone thinks this is a fair game and they're really just trying to justify and say, well, we're really going through this to make a decision, all this is a bunch of malarkey. They are colluding together, which I find should be illegal. Each country is their own entity. You don't collude with another country to stop U.S. big tech, and that's what I think it is. Every time I see people saying, "Oh, it's going to go through," I point right back, you guys are delusional. And they get mad at me and say, well, EU is doing it separately and the CMA is doing it separately. Then why are all of them talking and colluding? You shouldn't have to talk based on your consumers. Your consumers are your consumers. We have to deal with this country, this company based on our consumers, how this acquisition will impact our consumers. The FTC and Microsoft is pulling Sony into court, which they rightfully should. And the FTC, I think, asks for information. I don't know. But if they ask Sony for information, are they going to say, okay, Sony, you lied and backtrack? No, because it's all about big tech. The writing is on the wall. I agree with OG. This is a waste of time because I will say it with you. The CMA, I don't know if they published their results, but if they publish their objections next week, watch how much bogus crap is in there about Sony. Sony just released their earnings today. They did very well. So why are you protecting the number one leader? Because you know why? It has nothing to do with gaming. This is all about big tech. People want to say I'm wrong, but I say when I'm wrong, I'm going to admit it. But I'm not going to admit something when I know I'm right, because I know I'm right. So just let the cards play. Everyone think this is going to go through. No, I think if this is collusion, then the U.S. Congress should get involved and say, wait a minute, this is U.S. big tech, but everybody in the world is not going to jump on our big tech. We have to handle that within if there's a monopoly, but they're
Yeah,
not a monopoly.
They need
that's
to
why
mind their
that's what I
business.
don't get.
That's what no one gets, but everyone thinks, oh, Lena Khan's going to be put in her place. Not if you got, and I'm not even worried about the CMA, but they're going to object next week. Just mark my words. Next week we're going to find out. We may find out tomorrow, but we'll see. But EU, they say Microsoft received the objections that are concerns, as they want to call it, and they want to work with. I don't believe anything anybody's saying. It's too much collusion. Corrupt regulators,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So that's what I want to say about this merger acquisition. I think people are getting their hopes up too high, but we're going to be here again, and I'm going to say, I told you so. I told you so. So that's my thoughts on that. So let's move on to one of the other topics, unless anyone else has anything to say about that.
No,
Anyone
I'm
else
good.
has anything? Okay. Oh, are you guys excited about Redfall?
Yes, I
Yeah,
am.
I'm
I'm
hopeful
Okay, so
genuinely
for it.
excited for it.
I'm excited for. So what do you guys think about the persistent online mode that it has? So even if you're playing single player or multiplayer online play, your Xbox in order to play the game has to be connected to the internet. What do you think about that? Because what do you think about it? Because everyone started making a big cahoots about it and getting upset as Big Brother.
Yeah.
Why? It's already games. Isn't Call of Duty that way?
Yeah.
Uh, I think Hogwarts is supposed to be that way. Um, Gran Turismo 7 is that way.
Yeah.
Destiny, Destiny. So why is it a concern now?
I thought this was already the norm, though. That's why I'm surprised about
Yeah.
the outroar.
Yeah.
Because I remember when it wasn't a thing, and then it became a thing, and then we just got used to it. But my opinion, because I really haven't read too much into it, because thinking
Yeah,
back
give us your opinion.
with Left 4 Dead, because like Left 4 Dead, I swear those developers were listening to us while we were playing, and they would mess with us and threw different monsters and stuff in the game. So is that what y'all doing? Like just to make a different playing experience? So I don't know. Just a random idea I had.
Okay. What about you, Serge?
I think it's just because they actually said it's gonna always be online. Because
Why?
I think people are unaware about how many
Mm,
games are actually always online.
I slightly disagree. I think people are hypocrites. When Microsoft does it bad, when everybody else do it, oh well, it's part of life. Get used to it. But go ahead,
I'm just saying, there's a lot of games that got the always online
yeah.
stuff. So it's out of sight, out of mind type thing, you know.
What about you, Double?
Uh, I mean, like Jazz was saying, I thought this was the norm about now, but maybe it's because Redfall is with Microsoft. It's coming out on Microsoft and it ain't coming out on nothing else. So they want to make a
Outside of
big deal out
PC.
of it.
Outside of PC.
Yeah, outside of PC. But I think that's what it is. They hating.
That's my opinion. I think it's whatever Microsoft does bad, but if somebody else does it, oh, it's their problem.
So I have a question though. So what's the difference of me just turning on my Xbox, playing single player mode, and I'm already connected to the internet? I get to see my friends list. I see who's on. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, you
Well,
connected right
What's
there.
exactly like
well,
I don't get it.
what, okay. Here's the thing that it's a big hullabaloo about nothing because, like you said, you already have internet, but they're saying, what if your internet goes down? You can't play it.
Mm.
Okay.
In
Hmm.
a single player
It's
though. So
been
what do I need
happening
the internet
anyway.
for?
Hmm.
Yeah, but like I said, remember back in the day when we were able to just play our single player games without being required, and I don't know. It ain't nothing new. Stop whining.
I mean, it does have a
I
campaign. So can you play the campaign offline?
No, it has to be totally online. It's totally at all times online.
Mm.
yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I was about to say a lot of games are like this, so why does it have to be Redfall? I guess the only problem I can see with like, always online games is that I guess people in like rural areas will have like a crappy experience, you know?
Like
Not
collecting
the
data.
Yeah, but see, you would saying no because guess what? You can't even say collecting data because when you sign on the game and you read the
True.
agreements,
Yeah.
they have that privacy stuff on there. People don't realize read if you take the time to read everything about the privacy laws and what they're going to take and what data they collect, you'll see all that on there. People just go through it real quick and click yes. But all that stuff to say we can collect your data, we're going to use your data, blah 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 blah.
True.
What about you, Serge? What about you, Serge?
I already said, like, I could have sworn games was online anyway. So a majority of the time, the only downfall is those who wish to play it offline. But I mean, some games require you to be online all the time. Like, there's been many a games like this before. But they probably, like you say, they probably just make it a stink because it's the Xbox. So
And
I
I don't
just
got
think
a,
it's
now,
I don't
because
got a
method.
problem with it.
I think it's just because they said something like this is always going to be online. Like I said, out of sight, out of mind.
oh, but let me put it to you like this. In my opinion, it's much to do about nothing. Because 99% of it, I'm already online seeing what friends are online. If I lose power and if my internet goes down, if my internet goes down, I'm more or less worried about other things being out.
Oh man, my game. Ah.
Yeah, exactly,
I'm not, I'm not worried about a video game. I got
exactly.
a lot going on. And if I'm working from home, I'm like, okay, my internet's down, productivity is down. I'm more worried about what I'm doing there as opposed to playing a video game.
Gonna miss your money.
There you go.
So,
So I think that's much to do about nothing. I think since Microsoft said it, it's oh bad, or because I just think that's the way it is. Because like you said, no one said anything about Gran Turismo. No one said anything about Destiny. People love Destiny,
Oh yeah.
and I think you can look it up. I don't know if I think someone said the Hogwarts is always online. So
Mm-hmm.
it's to me much to do about nothing. So with that said, does that persuade you not to get it, or you still getting it, or download because we all have Game Pass?
I'm still getting it.
yeah, and
We all gonna
it's
play
still
together at
on.
some point.
It's
There you go. There you go.
it's still on and popping.
So nothing changed.
Ain't nothing changed.
Okay. So let me ask this question. Going to the next one. Have you guys played Hi-Fi Rush yet?
Nope.
No, I was supposed to.
Nah.
Oh, gee.
I still ain't
Well,
played it. I heard it's real good.
I
Maybe
haven't gotten
tonight.
back to it yet, but the reviews started coming out, and a certain reviewer, and I'm going to want to get you guys' thought about this. A certain reviewer, and I'm going to the next topic, dinged the game because he felt as though Microsoft should have. It's becoming a problem for Microsoft just quote unquote shadow dropping the game without advertising it, without giving it to reviewers to give them their opinion, to make their opinion on the game. What do you think about that? He took 2 points off and said, "Oh, it's an 8." And the only reason he took the points off, great game, great game, great
Just
game,
because
great
of
game.
something that's not a part of the game?
Yeah, because
No, 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 it wasn't part of the game. He just said he took it off because it was a shadow drop. And what is Microsoft doing? Dropping games, shadow
do
dropping
how I
games
want to
without giving
do.
it.
This
He
my
just
Yeah,
I
business.
like
I
I
feel
do,
like that's petty though.
It
I do
is.
how I
that.
want to do.
That is
you
petty.
think?
That's exactly
You
what it
think?
is.
You think that was? It's Jazz. Lady Jazz said earlier. It's journalists feeling entitled.
It's just entitlement. Like, oh, we're supposed to know about it so we can have a heads up. Like, dude, do you like it? Yes or no?
Yeah,
I
Thank
like
I
you.
the
think
shadow drop surprise. I like it.
so. And then follow up to that because it's a two-part question. They were saying, "Oh, Microsoft should keep on shadow dropping," and I'm like, "Okay." So, Lady Jazz, what do you think about the review of Shadowfall, uh, Hi-Fi Rush, and do you think they should keep? How often do you think they should shadow drop games?
Um, I don't know about how often. I personally don't mind it. I take it as a pleasant surprise. Like, ooh, now mind you, I haven't played the game yet, but I've been hearing nothing but good things. It looks like one of my favorite games, Jet Grind Radio. So that was a pleasant surprise. I don't always have to know about what's coming out. It's like Christmas. So, and I don't have to pay for it. Sorta.
Yeah.
Game Pass.
Yeah. What about you, Megan?
I say only shadow drop occasionally, like a little nice like treat, like a piece of candy, you
Ooh,
know?
piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
You know, no one only eats one piece of candy. So, you sure you want to say it that way? But okay, just a little treat.
Hey,
Okay.
hey,
Oh,
hey, he's not a fat kid.
I know. So you saying everybody who eats candy is fat?
Hey, you see me over here with these Tootsie Rolls.
Okay. What are your thoughts, OG?
I'm with Mega. Like Christmas time, shadow drop. You know what I'm saying? Middle of the summer, shadow drop. Just out of just nowhere. I like that. I mean, they backed up. They got like 30 games in the wing. So yeah, I'm with it.
Okay. Serge.
Yeah.
Serge, what do
I,
you think?
I thought it was a decent little thing. I was watching some clips from it. Looked like a decent game with decent concept. And I think it's cool, like, cause that's also let the developers come out when they ready. Like, didn't know anything about this game. They could take their time with it, release it when they want to. You know, no, that's a relief to
Well,
them.
there were rumors earlier in the week, right before they did the developers show. There were rumors that they were going to show a new game, so it did get out to that extent. But as far as the shadow dropping, I don't think anyone knew it was going to drop an hour or two later. As far as I'm concerned, as far and in reference to shadow dropping for this type of game, it worked. I don't think you should
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, we're going to shadow drop a game every year. Well, if you
Mm-mm.
feel it's necessary when you think you can get over on somebody in a positive way, because this was getting over because people didn't know it was something new. Because I don't think has there ever been a game that shadow dropped like this. Does anyone realize that or no?
Mm, not
To
that I
this
can think
success, I
of.
don't know.
Think yeah, nothing I could think off the top of my
I
head.
know
Usually shadow dropping
I
bombs,
know
but
sometimes like Nintendo does this, but rarely with their
Really?
like Nintendo Directs, but not recently.
Yeah, Nintendo Direct does do it sometime.
Okay.
That's true.
Well,
That
I
is
thought it was
true.
a good idea. I thought it was a good idea. I'm not sure they should do it, and people should be expecting them to do it all the time. Like Starfield, uh, if they advertise it and don't give a date, and then at E3 they say it's available now, but it's been advertised heavily. I don't know if that's good or bad because a game like Starfield couldn't be shadow dropped. I think to
No,
me, a
it's too
game like
big.
right that needs to be constantly advertised, and we're gonna deal with a subject on that later today, later in the podcast. So that's what I think. I think they did a good. Um, that was a smart move. Let's say it that way. It's not something that you can get away with every time. It's not something that people should expect to happen all the time. Because I think sometimes people are very so I'm gonna go back to Jazz word entitled to think they should have this happen all the time. No, you should. As long as we give you the games, you're paying for a service, you're getting it, we're good. Do you guys agree or disagree?
Agree.
I agree.
Okay.
Mhm.
That, I'm fine with that, but okay.
So we'll see how that happens or if they ever do it again or how that's gonna work out in the future. Like I said, we'll see. What do you guys think about the earlier words that came out this week? Rumors that PlayStation had to drop its estimates for the PSVR. Didn't Bloomberg or someone say something like that? That they had to lower the estimates because the PSVR they had at 2 million units that they were going to sell orders, and now they supposedly dropped it to 1 million.
Mm.
It's too expensive. It costs more than the PS5.
Too expensive and it's too freaking shallow.
If you can get a PS5 to play it on.
It'd be different. It'd be different if you could hook it up to a PC, at least.
And that's what they should have did.
Too shallow.
Okay. Anybody else have any thoughts, Mega?
Um, well, my thoughts exactly on what they said should have been compatible with the PC. You know,
So you said it should be able to be. It should have been designed to use on other devices outside of the
Ecosystem.
PlayStation
Yeah, for
ecosystem.
sure.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
for that price.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So I remember, W, you probably seen this if you follow some of the posts that I've said when I stated that I thought that they should hold on because of the economy and not put it out there just yet. Somebody got mad at me. You don't know what the devil you talking about. Yada yada yada. You don't know, and this is a commodity for people who have money. Yada yada yada.
Who got
So I
money?
went back. That's my point. I mean, so I went back to that, and when this article came out, I went back to that person and said, "I think you owe me an apology." I had already said that the PSVR 2 should not come out because of the price and the economy. And if PlayStation think they're going to sell 2 million of these within 2 to 3 months as expected, not happening.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't take rocket science to figure out that when you can, let me just say it this way. I'm going to give you an analogy. I'm cheap. I'm not cheap. I get what I want. But I went to the store over the weekend and I saw some cookies, Oreo cookies for $5. I'm like, won't happen. I won't give you the
Aye.
satisfaction. $5. I don't care. I could have got them, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of getting some
For some
Oreo cookies.
subpar cookies like that. No, I'm
Yes.
good.
And I'm like $5.99. I'm like, are you kidding me? And so as a
Get you
consumer,
some
I have
eggs.
right. I have the right. I can make my own cookies for better than that, right? I
Oh
can make me
yeah.
some.
I'm gonna make some oatmeal peanut butter
Definitely.
soon.
That's
I got a crave.
But
Better
as,
go grab them Toll House.
as is my point. But as a consumer, you can choose what you want to spend your monies on. And I think in gaming, if you think you're going to get 2 million people to buy PSVR 2 for $600, wait on it. It's a niche product. That's the point I want to make. It's a niche product. It's not a product that everyone's going to run and jump to. And they said it's 30 games. So if you spend $600 on the actual device, how much are the games? 40, 50, $60? I hope they're not
70.
79.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna
hope
be
they're not.
$70. You know,
70.
you know that ain't gonna be $70. Sony ain't playing. They
Don't
want
play
their
that.
money.
Don't play that. This is a high commodity item.
Reasonable.
This is an item for people with money. That's
It's not for
Sony like,
us
we got some
peasants.
suckers.
We've seen it. This is
We're gonna pay
TurboGrafx
$70.
16. Each cartridge costs as much as the system.
Look,
So you're
if you
saying,
can get the system.
okay. So those little kids, so the little kids are going to send their soccer moms out to get a PSVR 2, and the soccer mom going to say, no, I want my perfume or bags, right? You're going to say, I'm not spending $600. I'm going to buy me some perfume or or go buy something else or buy some food.
On an
I'm not spending.
accessory? On an
Exactly.
accessory. A $600 accessory. So I'm not gonna sit in a mech. I ain't buy it when it was that. Remember when they had that big setup where you could sit inside the mech?
If
And
it was
He talking about
$299,
that Capcom controller.
yeah.
That thing was like $200
Yup.
if the
Probably more.
if the PSVR 2 was like, I can't fathom spending more than $299 on it. But for $600, won't happen. I can buy Sony stock for what, $94 a share or something like that.
You can
I
almost
get
get
me
6 years as much as that.
Yeah.
That's way more valuable. They need to readjust their price market.
Yeah.
That ain't
So we'll
cracking.
know more because I don't think it's going to do well, but we'll see. And you guys gave your opinion. Anyone else have anything to say about this topic?
Nah, I'm
You
good.
sure? Okay, speaking of topics, this one of Surge. What do you guys think about the Street Fighter tournament going to PC? And that it was on PlayStation, right?
Yes, it's been
Yeah.
on PlayStation for freaking forever.
Why do you
That's
think they made the move?
mm, I think they just
Specs.
this
Specs.
more players play multiple systems, so it's easier because when people bring their controllers, it's easier to hook up to a PC than
Well, I have a
one of the
question.
consoles.
I have a
Okay,
question
Mega.
though. So, what do you mean by Street Fighter tournament? Are you talking about like future?
The Capcom Cup,
Oh, like the future, like the tournaments,
the
actual
tournament,
tournaments.
the Capcom Cup. Yes, the
So they're now
actual
going to
tournament.
use like PCs.
Yes, they've gone to a PC.
Oh, well, I think it's really great because when it comes with like fighting games, a lot of people like prefer using like certain controllers, and
Yeah, that's what I was saying, and they had a
yeah, and
console of
the
preference.
yeah, and the
Be right back.
personal computer has like a lot of compatibility
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of controllers.
And they could fine tune that bad boy at the tournament for frame rate rather than relying on the console.
Yeah.
And less cheesing and stuff can happen when that happens.
Oh,
Oh
so you're saying
yeah.
they can have a higher frame rate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But a
the
PC,
monitor. Yeah,
heck yeah, man.
but I thought in those tournaments, all the PCs had to be the same, right? You can bring your own
Well,
controller.
Are they
they have
providing
one
them?
PC. They have one PC, and then you guys just
Yeah.
hook up your controller and play it. Same with the
Mm,
console. They have
right.
one console that they provided or the series of consoles they provided at the event, and then you just bring your controller and hook up and play. So
Sound.
they provide the hardware. Basically, that's the word I was looking for. They provide the hardware.
Yeah, I thought the hardware was going to be provided by them. So all you do is
Hmm.
bring your favorite,
BYOC.
and you.
Bring
Because
your
it's
own controller.
regulation. It got to be, all of them got to be the same for the tournament across the all the tiers and all that fun stuff.
Have you guys ever participated in the tournament?
No.
Not to this extent.
Nope.
No.
Have you?
I only know. Oh no, I'm not going to go do something like that.
Sonic the Hedgehog tournament when I was younger.
He
Like I
said,
was
"Oh
9.
no, I'm not going to do something like that. That is not me."
Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not. I love gaming, but I am not going to sit out here and get upset because I lose, and them people throw controllers. Mm-mm.
I want my cousin to go. He
This
is
be doing super
good.
good though.
He's like one of the best Street Fighter players I know ever.
Double, is he back?
I'm back.
What are your
Yeah, I'm
thoughts?
back.
Okay,
I'm back.
what are your thoughts about Capcom?
I think Capcom made the right decision on that. In this way, like you say, they can use their controllers, better controllers. They can get higher frame rates. They won't be limited. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Mm.
they made the right choice going to PC. You can you can have frame rates high as
Custom paid PC.
240. You know what I mean?
And
They
they can
got their
monitor
Capcom
it.
Cup PC. They can make a Capcom Cup PC and then sell that bad boy. This is the same PC we had for regulation. Come get it. Boom.
Yeah, and I'm just
Bread.
assuming they can monitor things more streamlined too,
Hmm.
Yeah,
But
that's a
yeah,
great idea.
but yeah, overall, I'm loving it because more accessibility.
Okay, there's
So
nothing wrong
yeah.
with that.
What you
So
think?
you guys think of the smart move. Well, you know me. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm not into. That's your guys' thing. These Street Fighters and all them little button mashing. I said it, button mashing.
But I'm saying if you were watching it, like, do you think it'd be
Yeah,
better for the competition?
yeah, I do. I do. Yeah, because like you said, the when you get antsy and you start worried about the fluidity of a game in a fighting game, and you want to get the hertz up, and 240 megahertz or whatever, 120 megahertz display, and then you start worrying about because you know those guys. We all play with wireless controllers.
They play wired and
Mhm.
they know the
Exactly.
milliframes it
Yes.
takes for each move, and they
They
precision
any
fighting. It's
anybody
insane.
Every second
anybody
counts.
They precision fighters.
anybody that's playing tournament, they're never going to use a wireless controller because of the latency.
Yep.
You're not going to get that.
That's how I used to play Halo. People like, you're cheating. I was like, nope, wired controller.
How are you cheating if you connected to the system? Come on now.
Like, nope.
This is OG status.
How can you move so much faster than me? Wired controller. You can't be that much faster. You should try it.
I mean, what's in a PS5? The CPU. Is it a Ryzen 3?
I don't. It's not even. It's the how many? I don't think
The cores.
the Street Fighter game can go over 60 megahertz on the screen, so that puts them behind.
I mean, you could do 240 on this.
But the
on a
PC
PC.
it's like no, because
Yeah.
you could just freaking custom make, and they can fine tune the game for that tourney too.
Yeah.
Because it's
The
a
higher the
Capcom
frame rate, the better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They
Yes,
can,
I
they
mean
can
the
make
higher frame rate.
a custom system just to work with this game. You know
Mhm.
that. It's like insane. They're just like, yes, excellent. I don't know why
Oh,
it took so long.
got-
I ain't never heard wire controller being cheating. That's crazy.
Yeah, they used to tell me I was cheating all the time.
And you should have said you'll get over it. Oh, for
I
those
did,
that are listening,
and then I laughed
please
at it.
like. For those that are listening,
Yes.
please like and subscribe. Like
Please
and subscribe.
like and subscribe so you
wonder-
can come back. Okay, what's that?
I was wondering if you guys. This something happened last week, because I want to bring this back up. Xbox being woke. Y'all heard about that?
I saw that, but I'm like, what are you talking about with that? I didn't. You
Oh,
be
we
on
didn't
Reddit
even
or
put
something.
it up.
I ain't
You be
read
on
it. It's
Reddit or
coming up.
something like that.
Bam.
It's the
It's actually a
stupidest thing.
video.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life, but it was brought up by a TV station saying, oh, the Xbox is woke because they went back and defaulted, I think, your console to be in econo mode instead of the in energy saving mode. It defaults to energy saving mode instead of the other mode where it's always on. So they
Yeah.
call that.
What?
How is that
Yeah.
woke? Woke is
How's
one of
that
the
being
most
woke? I don't
misused
get it.
terms ever. I
Exactly.
swear people
Be
just want
green
to.
friendly.
What does that have to do with being woke, though? Everybody just want to say woke.
Because
Look, let me
Because
tell you something.
it's
Can I,
the
let me
stupidest.
let me say this.
No. Let me go ahead. I go. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
Whenever we
Right.
coin a phrase, woke,
Ding, ding,
he
ding, ding.
tripping, all the stuff that we come up with, America just takes hold on to it and don't know how to use the freaking word.
And they twist it for their own purposes.
There you.
Oh,
That's the
hey,
perfect
woke,
word.
hey, woke. They don't even know how to use the word. Just shut up.
They took the word, and I'm not going to say. I'm not going to give the news station any, because it's
Thank
the
you for the
silliest
rhyme.
argument. But it's being called woke when it's in energy saving mode. And I always have when I'm playing. If I play, when I stop playing at night, my console is always in energy save mode because because that's just the way it is. I don't leave my console on the
Full
efficiency
blast.
mode. Right. I don't
Why
leave it on.
would
I turn it
you?
off. But they're saying that that's them being woke. It's
Oh my
always
goodness.
had that option. They just switched it where it's going to be
And they
like that all the
probably
time.
ran a statistical analysis and said majority of people have it on that mode anyway. I was like, okay, we'll just put a
But you
default
know what?
in.
No, I'm gonna give. I was gonna send Jazz a picture, but I didn't take the picture. But here's the funny thing. They're talking about woke, right? And I'm gonna say this because I'm giving you an analogy or a way of looking at it another way. You have the Xbox, and it's going to be called in a woke mode because you said, "Oh, I can put it in the energy saving mode," right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have an 8 Series car, right? So it's
Okay.
performance. No, I'm going somewhere with this. So it's performance, right? Guess what a button is? It has an econo mode. So
Yeah,
is that
mine does
costing you?
too. I be
So
increasing
my
my
point.
account on all
You
of
know
them.
what that's called? That's called saving. What's the
I'll turn that
problem
Exactly.
mug
with
on
that?
quick. I'll be like, boop.
I don't understand the issue though. Like, really, other than their misuse of the
Don't
term, what's the problem? You
right.
want to
Don't
leave
most
it on?
consoles
Leave it
have
on.
economy mode now?
No, but what
Yeah.
I'm saying is,
Oh,
but the Xbox supposed to be the Series X supposed to be power, right? That's why I said I have a performance car, power. But yet this performance car has the econo mode.
Right.
That's where I'm going with that. Doesn't matter. But they didn't say cars have it. Are the cars being woke too? I'm asking.
They just throw the phrase
It's
around. It's silly.
it was a stupid argument and from a stupid person who had nothing else to do. And I would have been if I was on that TV station when that person said that, I say, "Oh, you have nothing to talk about this week, do you?" That's what it is. Is you have nothing to talk about, but you want to say something being woke.
I feel
So
like
that's like
Fucking
your.
stupid.
Hold on. Let me ask you this question, and I know you've all heard this, and I know Mega OG has told you this. Have you ever walked out the room in your house in a room and your parents told you if you're not in that room, why you leave the light on?
Yep.
I mean, am I right or wrong?
you were absolutely
Yeah.
right. Why you letting on my
So
cold air outside? Better close that door.
exactly. Or why you looking in the refrigerator, just leaving the refrigerator open? So you're saying, okay, if you just look in it, if you tell someone tell you that, are you being woke? Don't hold the
Apparently.
refrigerator open.
like, hey, stop being woke with that, holding that fridge open like that.
Exactly.
Like everybody hates Chris. I put a Polaroid of the picture on the fridge so you see with everything that's inside.
Terrible.
Don't
Now you know that's silly,
don't
that Jay.
no, don't open the refrigerator until you know what you want, right? So just go in, go out, right? Okay.
This is dumb. And
Yeah.
I may be
So
reaching, but right before Black History Month, y'all gonna misuse woke? Stop it. Stop it.
well, sometimes I think people say that just so they can cause mischief. I think a lot of people say things to
Listen. I'm
make
tired of hearing
Just get a
woke.
reaction.
I'm tired of hearing capping. I'm
Cabin, oh
tired
my
of hearing
gosh.
popping.
Well, oh, he showing. He said, "I'm getting my
you say,
popcorn." Snaps up.
I'm
Pop,
gonna
pop, pop,
pop
pop,
that.
pop, pop,
I'm gonna pop
pop.
that.
When I first heard
Right.
Popcorn
cap, I had to
snaps.
look it up. I'm like, wait, what?
No cap. Yeah.
no,
No
I don't
cap.
like any of that.
Yeah, these phrases we was using back in the 80s. And now some
Okay, so I
other
just
folks that caught on to it. So
stop.
Oh, here he go. There he go. Don't
Wah,
get him
Back in
wah.
my
started.
day.
Don't get him
Back in my day,
started.
right?
Back in
Don't
my
get him
day.
started.
Mega.
Don't get him
I ain't gonna say
started.
nothing. I ain't
Don't
gonna
get him
say
Shakes
started.
fist.
Don't
nothing.
get
Okay,
him
let
started. Hey.
okay, let's get to Serge's other topic. He was talking about uh, Blizzard. This came out a couple of weeks ago. Blizzard servers were shut down today. Was it Serge?
Yesterday, I believe.
China? Oh,
I believe
yesterday.
it was yesterday or the day before. It was this week though. They finally shut them down.
And what were they shut down for? Because they couldn't get a deal, right?
Yeah, they couldn't
Blizzard.
come up with a deal. They didn't renew their deal, but they um asked them to work 6 more months while they tried to find another deal in China with another server company, but they pretty much getting blackballed at this point. So they shutting down the servers.
I heard they couldn't get a deal, and I
Hmm
think that all's going to play. Speaking of which, that's all going to play. China's going to reject the Microsoft deal because Activision Blizzard doesn't have a NetEase, was it? I
Yeah,
think
I
they
believe it
had a
was
Yeah,
NetEase.
NetEase. It's up
net,
on the screen. 14 years.
Yeah, 14 years. Yep.
and someone said I was reading somewhere. Somebody's like, "Well, China doesn't want to block the deal because they know it'll put more light on Tencent, and I said, no, it's not. I said, China already mad that we're not letting them get certain type of processors or chips that they can't use, and the U.S. is vigorously going after them and trying to slow their tech growth and making sure certain parts and certain CPUs or processors can't be sold. And so, do you think they care? No. So they're going to try to block that deal too. But anyway, OG, you have anything to say about this NetEase deal? OG.
The people in China going crazy. They don't have
And
their World of Warcraft.
I know that's a popular game there.
They,
Very
they,
popular.
they had a memorial and stuff. Can you imagine playing on the game for that long and they're just losing all that work? Can't get it back.
come on, people died on that game. Defecated on
Literally,
themselves.
literally in cafe bars.
Yes.
That's a real thing that happened. People died from a heart attack.
And
Yeah.
forgetting to eat. Some people just
Forgetting to
plastered their
eat, not moving around, circulation and
blood clots.
blood. Yeah, blood clots, blood not flowing right.
Eh.
It's just one game they just stuck on.
Hold on, guys.
The games that take away your life: World of Warcraft and League of Legends. Wow, and LOL.
All from the same beast.
Wow.
And Sergio, what's the game that Smiley son used to play all the time? Was it League of Legends?
Mm-hmm. I have no clue.
Yeah, I
I'm
think it
back.
was League of Legends.
I still got that tablet he gave me.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me go to another topic and see what you guys think about it, and give me your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a little bit not upset. Frustrated is a better word. I don't ever get upset. Frustrated with the lack of advertising, and I think half of Microsoft problem is that I don't like how they advertise or market Game Pass or the Xbox or any of their games. Do you guys disagree or agree? Lady Jazz,
How they market what games?
their games overall and Game Pass.
I don't know. It's kind of tricky. I'll say yes and no. Because some games I hear about in advance, and other things, like I'm just browsing. I'm like, ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's that? So, yeah, I think a little bit more advertising would be nice. But on the same hand, I think it's just them being comfortable. Like, oh, people know we got games. I don't know. That's me speaking from them. That's my assumption. I don't know.
I think it's you speaking from you as a gamer.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and
and
Microsoft
and you being in tune.
with Game Pass and knowing that
Yeah.
something new was always going to be there. So,
What about you, Mega?
In terms of like marketing for Game Pass and Xbox, in the internet landscape, I
I didn't say
I
that. I didn't say that. I
well,
said
what
marketing
do you say?
overall. I said marketing. When you say internet, you to me are segmenting marketing to one specific area. So if you want to go that route, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because like because this other stuff like television, which I don't even watch anymore these days. And what would be another thing? I guess you could say real life billboards, newspapers and stuff. There's a lot of stuff, but to me, I get my information with, the internet,
What was the key word you said? Me. But go ahead. You said for me. That's
Well,
where you
yeah.
get your information.
Well, his generation get their information from the internet, so
Okay.
they was born with that.
Yeah. But
Oh, I could continue.
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead, continue.
Go ahead.
That sounds
Continue.
Okay. In terms of marketing, I mostly see like Xbox and Game Pass stuff on their official Twitter account.
hmm
Oh, and also like YouTube, but then again, I'm subscribed to them. And
And you're supposed to be making videos, but you haven't. But go ahead, cut.
Bop, bop, bop.
nice off topic joke right there. But anyway,
that
uh,
He's
wasn't
just
no
but
joke.
helping you.
That,
That's
that was a
inspiration.
dig. That was a dig. But go
A
ahead.
quick poke.
but yeah, but yeah, that's actually about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
OG.
They suck. They suck at advertising. Just period. It's just so many things they're not taking advantage of. Buses, billboards, internet, television. Heck, you even got a song that says X gonna give it to you. You don't
Yeah.
even use it.
That would have been
You,
Good
smart.
point. Good
you don't even
point.
use it. They not hip enough.
No, they're
This is why
not.
Sony just runs them over. They not hip enough.
But then again, on the same token, not to interrupt, but notice the PlayStation stars and all that. So they know certain people are taking notice of it. But you're right, they need to advertise more. I like the buses idea.
I do have a question
Go
though. Will
ahead.
you say, will you guys say that their marketing right now is better than the Xbox One era?
No,
No,
I don't think
Oh,
no,
you
so.
wouldn't
I
say,
don't.
okay.
no.
I wouldn't say
Nah, they
that. I
was
think
all up. They was everywhere with the original
an
Xbox.
Xbox,
They
an
was
original
all over.
Xbox
They
The
360.
had
360.
Okay.
drinks. They had
Mhm.
But
marketing.
I'm
They
talking about
had
like
Mega.
Xbox
events.
One specifically.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
The
Oh,
OG.
okay.
The
Okay.
OG.
Okay.
No,
OG.
not the
And
OG, not Xbox 2001.
No,
Yeah.
X
I was
OG
saying.
OG
Hmm?
company you serve.
and I mean for my generation, which is really the generation that's making all the money right now.
Go ahead. I
They
want you
can
to finish.
advertise a lot better,
Okay.
a whole lot better. Hey, we
Okay.
still, like I said, X gonna give it to you. It's gonna give it to you. Use that. Got a song.
You should write
You,
This
them.
this is
Serge.
Write them, Mark.
What
yeah.
about you,
Eric
Serge?
Greenberg sucks.
What about you, Serge?
I don't think they advertise at all, really.
Okay.
Except for they in their own ecosystem. That's the only time you really see. If you're not a fan of Xbox, you really don't know stuff.
Okay.
It's like they
Well,
have no real draw.
okay. So
But
let
the,
me say
the, the,
something.
the average Sony player, they'll have no idea what's on Xbox. And if they did, I bet you they would enjoy it.
Okay. Well, let me say it this way. And I'm gonna start with where Mega started first. Because Mega started off well, I see it on the internet. But Mega, you have to understand, most kids your age and under your age, you're either in college, don't have to expend the money to spend, and the people who have the money to spend are your parents. So marketing to the internet means a hill of beans because guess what? Y'all ain't spending the money. As OG said, he's the one spending the money. So, in my opinion, like every morning, get up, go to the gym, put it, and I'm on the treadmill. I'm looking at, when I get to the treadmill, I'm looking at ESPN. I can guarantee you once a week I see a PlayStation commercial on ESPN.
I
Looking
believe
at the
you.
basketball,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
I was,
yeah.
I was looking at the basketball game last week. I could have sworn it said PS5 on the floor of the court. I'm like, excellent advertising. It said XYZ, PS5, PS Sony, this, Sony, that. Microsoft does, I mean, that's the problem. They need to differentiate the Xbox brand from the Microsoft
It's
brand. The
I,
Microsoft
I don't
brand,
mean to interrupt you, but this is mind share. That's mind
yeah,
share. You seeing
yeah,
that. It burns in your head. You know what I mean?
yeah. But what I'm saying is the Microsoft brand should be separated from the Xbox brand. The Microsoft
It
brand
should.
is more conservative. They're more business oriented. The
Yes, yes.
That's a
Xbox
good
brand, and
point.
I'm taking, and the Xbox brand should be exactly what Double said. X gonna give it to you. They could market that phrase and pay what you call to use that phrase and say X gonna give it to you and do a whole campaign off of X gonna give it to you. What you don't see and Game Pass is successful, but I listened to when Microsoft made their call on Game Pass, made their announcements last week about their numbers. Yeah, Game Pass is doing well, but can you tell me double, uh, double, mega, well, maybe no more double because he's downtown too. Sir Rich is downtown jazz. When you guys are commuting, tell me how many Game Pass advertisements you've seen anywhere.
Zero.
None
None.
at
There you
all.
go. And if and I don't know if they're holding back because of their acquisition because I have not seen one Game Pass commercial. I saw a couple of them on the internet back in the before the merger. Everything has dried up, and I don't know if this is a calculated risk and they don't want Game Pass to show numbers right now. But as far as I don't know, and I've always said this many moons ago, I would fire Microsoft's whole marketing division
Mm,
or hire an external marketing division that is on par with Apple. Because if your name is not, why not host a show to me? Now I'm just saying this to me. Why not do a runaround show to colleges and universities?
Yep.
Champ, why don't you go there and market and do a game show? Oh, we're going to be at this university. We're going to be at X university. We're going to be at Y university. It's going to cost you money, but that's that, like you said, mind share. Why don't you, like to me, and I'm going to put it out here right now. If Microsoft does not advertise Starfield at the Super Bowl, that is a massive mistake.
That's a mistake. That's a big
That's
mistake.
you got the biggest crowd in the world watching sports. And if they, to me, again, I said it last week, market Starfield, do something with NASA. Starfield, NASA, Starfield, NASA.
that would be
And
cool.
I would
SpaceX, whatever.
no, I don't like, I'm not gonna say anything about
Yeah, yeah,
dealing
got you.
no I said NASA. I don't want to touch SpaceX. So we ain't
You,
gonna touch
you,
him.
you you don't like Lex Luthor?
I don't like I don't like megalomaniacs. That's what I don't like.
Lex Luthor.
Megalomaniac. But I don't think they market anything. You don't see commercials. You don't see them going after the younger crowds because, like you said, even to Mega's point, he's more the internet based. Well, they had an opportunity to start it to start marketing right before put an ad even on Netflix or something. Put it in Netflix. Like you would see advertisements for Netflix, right? On Game Pass. I mean, in the Xbox dashboard. So why, when you open up your Netflix account, you don't see free Game Pass account? Free Game Pass or
Hmm.
Yeah.
something.
Well, Netflix
You-
tripping right
you
now, but
Go
yeah.
or well, put it like this: not Netflix. When they did Halo, did you see anything about Game Pass on
Mm-mm.
Paramount? Did
Nope.
you see
Oh, that would have been
anything?
an awesome
Nope.
opportunity,
Ex-
man. Especially all
ex-
them people that never played the game.
exactly. Did you see anything pop up that say, "Hey, free Game Pass. Play Halo for free on Game Pass. Here's the link. $1 trial." All the people that watched
Big
that. Did you
QR
see
code.
anything?
Yeah.
Did you see
Should have
anything?
just been a QR code.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You could have
seen
put
the
a
you
QR
seen the
Why
code
show,
right
now
there in the
not?
try the
corner.
game.
You
Bam.
could have been sitting right there
Look,
in the
they need to
corner of the
hire
TV
us.
Hey,
show.
Marketing team right here, bam.
there you go. I work in cybersecurity. I don't do marketing, but I can tell you what, I can beat them and beat them
The show.
because they don't know what the devil they're doing because
Hey
they would hate
Microsoft,
me.
it's our audition. We coming for your marketing squad. We can give you good ideas. You just
They
got to
don't have
give
them,
us
like you
some.
say, but like you said, if this merger goes through, which I doubt, but if the merger does go through, they should take Double's idea. X gonna give it to you, and
Mm-hmm.
I would just market that like crazy. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell somebody to do a thing to say that big old Xbox sign and say X gonna give it to you, because that
Yeah.
is excellent. But that was my opinion, you guys. I was trying to get your opinion on what you guys thought about the marketing because to me, PlayStation dominates them. Or half of winning a battle is your marketing team. And
That mind share,
out,
man.
yeah, it's the mind share. You don't people don't know about Xbox, especially young people more. And I disagree with this. I've always been Xbox. And I have a PlayStation, I have a Nintendo, but more of the young city youth, that's all they talk about, and they go where their friends go. PlayStation, PlayStation, PlayStation.
Yeah. I mean, heck,
You-
and when Mark was in high school, I mean, they had what they had, Mark. They had PS4s.
Yep.
They didn't have no Xbox. They had PS4s in the
Mhm.
lounging areas.
Yep.
That was
In
the
the
first choice.
barbershops, PS4. One
Yeah.
place I know that had an Xbox, but other than that, remember Double? We the only thing they did marketing was when your nephew, me, and you went down to the lake, and they had
Yep.
that Xbox then.
Yep. And
Never
that was
seen it.
Monday Night Football.
Yep. Never
Yep.
seen it again. Have you?
Nope. They ain't had nothing else
And
like that. They had that
and speaking
mobile
and
advertisement truck.
speaking of which, again, they have a deal with the NFL. They have the license for Madden. Think, why do you not see Game Pass, or do they you say, oh, like here's another great one, the at the Super Bowl, because guess what? After the Super Bowl, relive this on Game Pass for free, because
Can
they drop NFL Madden 2023 in Game Pass the week after the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
I
So
have a
why don't they say
random thought?
relive?
Do you
Well, I'm just
think?
saying, why did they? Go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
No, I don't know. Does this tie in with the acquisition? Maybe they don't want to
That's what
be
I was saying.
seen all over the
That's what I was saying.
place.
Right, they did. It looks like it. But speaking of which, who's lying to who? They were trying to be conservative, which they did. But look at what happened anyway. Like you say, if you damned if you do, damned if you don't. So
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
why go that route?
Yep.
They're trying to be conservative, but like I said, if this merger doesn't go through, and if I was working with Phil, I'd be like, Phil, let's go to Satya. Give me $5 billion, and in 5 years, I would ruin PlayStation because I would spend $5 billion buying every exclusive for 1 year, the top five games every year, and then say, okay, let's see how you want to play. You want to play bad? I'm gonna show you how to play. But that would force Sony to do what? Bring their top games out, which is what they were complaining about, right?
Yep. Yep.
So
Spin,
if you want to
spin
play,
them, spin them off into their own entity. I think
wars
that's
to
the
go
that's
back,
the way to go.
I would go back to World War. I mean, the Cold War. The United States won the Cold War only on one thing: they outspent the USSR in weapons. It was either going to be them or us. Somebody was going to go bankrupt first. And they went bankrupt because they could not compete with the U.S. on spending for the military. That's why the Cold War had to stop.
Capitalism.
Yep. But again, let's go back to this.
Ooh, you cut out.
I said, let's go back to the topics at hand.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, overall, I wish Microsoft would advertise more heavily, 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 heavily. And they could advertise, and you don't have to spend that much money. Because the thing about advertising, a lot of times the you go to these high firms, these big top advertising agencies. But if you put it at a contest, we're going to go with you. Give us your best five advertising spots or advertising spiels, whatever you want to call them. You make it up and you pitch it to us and see what happens. Okay, so let's get to our final topic. The big three are not going to E3, supposedly. What do you guys think about that? Mega, does it hurt? Does it hurt E3?
Hmm. In a sense, yeah.
Mind
Say
you,
that. Yeah.
Microsoft is still holding this event parallel with it right next door.
I
Yep.
remember
I
you
actually
said that
heard
in
of
the
that.
email.
Yeah. But yeah.
Did you notice when that report came out? Did any of you guys notice that Jeff Keighley saying, "Oh, mine is still going on, the digital one"? He's an opportunist. He's an opportunist.
Gotta bring that dude up.
Yeah, I had to bring him up because he's an opportunist. But what are your thoughts, Double?
I uh I think it's bad because they're not gonna have nothing on the show floor.
You got
So,
third party.
you know,
The third party ones are gonna be there.
Yeah, the third party's
yeah,
gonna be there.
yeah, but I want to see the first party stuff.
But did you hear what I said?
Yeah, they having a
Microsoft,
whole separate show, but
but they stopped. They went there last year. They had their own separate show. So what are you saying?
it is. I mean, if you're gonna have this event, people are gonna expect the big three to be there.
They're there. Microsoft is right around the corner. I
But
mean,
they're
on the
not.
right
But
down.
they're not gonna have nothing on the E3
They
floor.
they didn't
They
before
won't.
the COVID. They didn't before COVID either. So what are you saying?
So what's different? I'm confused.
That's my whole point. That's where I'm going. Nintendo may not be there, and Sony wasn't there for the last 2 to 3 years.
I remember. Well,
So
back in the day with me going, so I mean, I was able to play games. So I mean,
you can still play
yeah,
games because I went and I played games. I still want to go this year and play games. But but you're saying you played Sony games? You played Nintendo games?
yeah. But I mean, that was back in the day. So
My point is, I think a lot of the third parties still want to be there because it's still advertisement for them. You don't think so?
I mean, yeah, that's cool. I'm just excited to see what I'm really excited to see what Microsoft and Xbox have at first party. We didn't went so long without them being,
But they're doing it the same. They're still going to do it the day they did it last year, though. That's my whole point.
So you can go to their show, right?
Yes, and then walk right across the street and go to the rest of the E3. So, what's
Yeah.
your thought?
See, well, that's cool. I mean, but
That's
would that be for all 4 days or all 3 days or?
now that I don't know. I think they're going to do their show, and then they're going to they do their show. Then it's E3 because they do it Sunday.
Right. So they end up being the main event on that Sunday.
Exactly.
It's interesting. I ain't gonna lie. We'll see.
I still want to go. So you guys been hiding around. I told you guys make plans so we can go. But needless to say, that's a good thought. What about you, Sir Rich?
As to what?
E3 and the big three not being there, technically not being there, outside of Microsoft. Microsoft is not a, is
I
going to be there, so to speak. They're
think
still
it's
going to hold their event.
yeah. I think it's just odd how everything is separate now. Like honestly, but at the same time, it's like what games? Because a lot of games prefer certain platforms. They might go to E3 just for the platforms, like a lot of the multiplayer. I'm just curious to see what.
That's my point. The third party games will be there.
Okay.
They have no other. I mean, no really. They have a way, unless they try to do Jeff Keighley trying to be slick. Because, like I said, when that was announced, he definitely came out and said, "I'm going to do mine. My digital show is still going on."
Mm.
What about you, Lady Jazz?
I'll admit, when I first saw that, I was like, "What?" And then you told me Microsoft has their own show. I was like, "Oh, okay, okay." Um, I don't know. From an outsider, because I've never been nothing like that. It does sound odd, but the fact that the third party games and everything's still gonna be there, I really don't see too much of a big deal. So
There was a rumor that they were still in disarray, meaning the people who are actually giving it they are in disarray, but because they don't have their,
They
in other words,
and it's
they don't have their crap together.
They the
Yeah.
same people that does PAX.
Right. That's the funny thing. It's
It's
Like, get
same.
it together.
and they do 2 shows a year. You know what I'm saying?
They don't do one in Chi-Town,
No,
which
we
has
used to get it in the '90s. That's when I used to go.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Hmm. And now we
uh,
got some of the biggest convention space in the whole of America.
For real. I'm about to
It's
get
not being
another bigger
used.
space.
I don't
what are your
understand why
thoughts?
it's not here in the middle of the country.
Did you know how expensive it is? Well, it's not that more expensive than Los Angeles or New York, so you're right. But all right, what about your thoughts, Serge?
That's it.
Oh, you said your point, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Like what?
Hey, Meg.
well, Mega, what is your point?
Oh, well, I kind of already went, but let me say more stuff. Um, I'm curious on how this will go and how successful this will be because this will be kind of an experimental show. Will there be a lot of interest without the big three or not? You know,
Well,
we'll see. Yeah.
bear in mind, Sony hasn't been there since 2018 or 19. Microsoft has always been down the street, and Nintendo has been there on and off. So what changes?
Nothing really.
Exactly. But if they don't have their crap together, I will say this: if they, being the people who are sponsoring it, they do not have their crap together with the ESA, I do see this going to being a complete failure, and that they may cancel it overall if it fails this year, because you're coming out of COVID, nothing's being held, and now you're trying to put it back together, and the interest is gone, and everyone wants to do everything online, which is why I go back to say I found it kind of ironic that the first person that came out trying to take advantage of the situation was Jeff Keighley. Oh, I'm still having mine.
Mm-mm-mm.
So that's called an opportunist, in my opinion.
Super
Nothing's
opportunist.
wrong with it. That's not nothing wrong with it. I guess he's taking advantage of the situation. But think, let me let me keep my opinions to myself on that.
Zip it into shit.
Yes. So we'll see how that turns out. And guys, those are our topics for tonight. So people who are listening, please like, subscribe, and share. Please share it if you see it. Just tell your friends to watch it. And we can get our outros out the way. We're going to start with Mega Elixir and find out where is he going to be.
All right. So the name's Meg Elixir. You'll find me you'll find me here every Thursday at 7 o'clock Central Time. And I have a YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and you can go check those three out. And
When
yeah,
did you do it? When is the last time you did them? Because we can't check out stuff that you haven't done last time. New stuff.
when's the last time I did what? Which
Twit,
one?
Twitter, YouTube,
Ah,
Twitch. When
YouTube.
you
Okay,
said
so
you,
I'll say YouTube is coming soon, technically.
that's a better word. That's a better
Yeah,
way of saying
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Lady Jazz.
I am going to be here every Thursday. I also stream on Twitch. Catch me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube's all Jazzy Moto. I also do art streams every Saturday, every other Saturday. I stream throughout the week whenever I have time and energy. So catch me
You
there.
need that.
Yeah. Sometimes I just pop on and I'm there. So hey.
Right, Sir Rich.
You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Sir Rich Gaming on Facebook. Everywhere else is Sir Rich on Twitter and Twitch, as well as YouTube. And I have a bunch of videos in waiting on YouTube that's about to drop. Oh, it's about to be crazy. Yeah, as well as here, of course. You guys know I'll be here with the
What
crew.
about you, OG? OG?
You can find me here every Thursday, along with everybody else.
And playing Monster Hunter on Jazzy Mono stream sometimes.
Yeah.
We caught him once.
Okay.
We caught him. We caught him.
If you find them,
Don't
Yeah.
forget me, I'm always down.
He's a ninja.
You was there too. You was there too.
Look, I'm about to
You
jump on a
lost
little bit after this, so hey,
Me too.
come on.
And you can also find us on Facebook, All Things Geeky. You can come. We'll welcome you.
yes. Well, that's good. Let me see. You can find me here with the rest of the crew at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursday. And Xbox, PlayStation, the one. And I'm on Twitter sometimes under the Gamers DMZ.
There's the
Posting.
QR code. There it is.
It's been there like 3 weeks now.
I know. I just like seeing it.
You can find me there. Some days, tomorrow I'm going to stream for about an hour before I get tired. If I don't go out, I'll stream. But that's where you can find me. So let us say good night. Thank you guys for listening. And I can like and all those good things. I'm going to let Mr. Rich take us out.
Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, baby. Holla at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, holla at you. Baby, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you. Holla at you, holla, 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 holla. Holla at you, holla. At you, at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, holla, holla. Holla, holla.
Holla.
Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, baby. Holla at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, holla at you, holla at you. Baby, holla at you, holla at you, holla at you. Holla at you, holla, 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 holla. Holla at you, at you, at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, holla, holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, holla, holla,